Warning, spoilers for Star Trek, Lower Decks Season 3, Episode 3 Mining the Mind's Drive. Leah Brahms, Susan Gibney, returns in Star Trek, Lower Decks Season 3, and does this set the stage for Lieutenant Commander Geordi LaForge's, LeVar Burton, infatuation to return in Star Trek, Picard Season 3. The highly anticipated third and final season of Star Trek, Picard will reassemble and give a final farewell to the entire cast of Star Trek, The Generation. However, many other familiar faces from TNG are also expected to appear in Picard Season 3, and Leah Brahms' surprise cameo in Lower Decks may herald a live-action comeback for the Warp Core physicist as well. Brahms debuted as a hologram in the Star Trek, TNG Season 3 episode, Booby Trap. As one of the developers of the Galaxy-class Starship warp engines, Leah was consulted, in holographic form by Geordi LaForge when the USS Enterprise D was caught in an ancient trap that drained the warp engines of its energy. The holographic Dr. Brahms was friendly with Geordi, who became romantically infatuated with her as they worked together to save the ship. But when the real Dr. Brahms boarded the Enterprise D in the TNG Season 4 episode, Galaxy's Child, she was much cooler to Commander LaForge. Leah was not pleased when she learned Geordi had a relationship with a hologram version of her, but they became friends in real life after working together to save the Enterprise. Star Trek, Voyager later revealed that Dr. Brahms became the director of the Zefram Cochrane Institute for Advanced Theoretical Physics. In Star Trek, Lower Decks Season 3, Episode 3, Mining the Minds, Brahms manifests as the fantasy of Ensign Samanthan Rutherford, Eugene Cordero, as he and his fellow Lower Deckers were gathering psychic mines. The mines are dangerous artifacts that bring your fantasies to life before turning you into a statue. Like LaForge, Rutherford unabashedly has the hots for Dr. Brahms, and the Leah illusion propositioned Sam to be her big-brained engineer who can help her export some plasma and run some texts. Hilariously, designing engines for Galaxy-class starships like the Enterprise D with Dr. Brahms seems to be a kink that Starfleet engineers have in common in the late 24th century. Later, Ensign Beckett Mariner's fantasy, her Andorian girlfriend Jennifer, Lauren Lapkus, invited Mariner to join her in a tryst with Dr. Brahms, so Leah turns out to be part of her kink as well. Will Dr. Leah Brahms appear in Star Trek, Picard Season 3? Although there has been no confirmation as yet that Susan Gibney will reprise Drive. Leah Brahms in Star Trek, Picard Season 3, there's a hint that could point to her joining the TNG reunion. LeVar Burton stated in an interview that Geordi has two daughters in Picard Season 3, including one played by his real-life daughter, Micah Burton. It's possible that Geordi could be married to Leah Brahms in Picard Season 3. In the alternate future of Star Trek, TNG series finale, All Good Things, LaForge was married to Leah, who was possibly Drive. Brahms. Picard Season 3 could finally make Geordi and Leah's marriage canon and answer long-held questions about LaForge's personal life, at last. Susan Gibney providing a guest voice as Dr. Leah Brahms on Star Trek, Lower Decks may just portend her live-action comeback in Star Trek, Picard Season 3. After all, it's happened before. John Delancey reprised Q as a guest voice in Lower Decks before he brought the omnipotent being back in live action in Star Trek, Picard Season 2. Meanwhile, Dr. Leah Brahms probably wouldn't enjoy knowing how many Starfleet engineers fantasize about her, but it's really no surprise Leah fires up Ensign Rutherford's warp core in Star Trek, Lower Decks. Star Trek: Lower Decks Season 3 streams Thursdays on Paramount+.